Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. So today we're going to talk about the blissful ignorance of Kick Vic. Some interesting commentary came out over the weekend, primarily from Jamie Markey, but also from our old shoe-eating buddy Shane Holmberg. Initially I was just going to focus on Jamie on today's video with all the garbage she's been talking about over the weekend. Thanks in large part to, of course, to the work done by Jeff Stan, Diluted Dragon on Twitter. He was the one who brought it all to our attention, some of the comments and tweets that Jamie was pointing out. Accusing people of not reading her tweets and statements. Actually, we have read them, and we all know you're full of it. That's just the simplest way to say it. You're going out and you're bragging about, oh, I'm released. All the charges were dropped against me. All the counts were, well, right now, yeah. But the fact is that they're going to get appealed. You're liable to be back in court on, at the very least, defamation and civil conspiracy. Maybe not TI, but definitely defamation and civil conspiracy. And you're just digging yourself an even further hole by continuing, your defamation. It's like, it's usually, there's an old adage, you should be quick, you should be slow to speak but quick to hear. The fool lets out calamity while the wise man is slow to speak. Jamie, the fact is you're going to be back in court. I'm pretty sure of it. The judge ordered you into that mediation because I think he realized that he screwed up. And he knows he's going to get appealed, and you'll find yourself back in court if you don't decide to settle. So just keep that in mind. Kind of funny, she was trying to sell out or try to give the impression that, because Diluted Dragon also gave us a comparative pictures from the pictures we saw on her tweets from Independent Con versus Vic's crowd at Anime Matsuri. Let me just point something out to you. Vic's crowd at Anime Matsuri was all there for him. Now, you may have, you may have at best a third of the people in that picture were there for you, Jamie, because, there are I think other voice actors there. I think Josh Grell, I definitely recognize Brittany in there. Quite honestly, I think Brittany's probably a bigger fan favorite than you are. So, but just keep running your mouth, because eventually it's going to come back to haunt you. Because the thing is that not only could it get appealed and you could end up back in court on the stuff that they already have on you, but you're giving them even more ammo. You're giving them even more evidence to get you on additional defamation causes. You know, so um, also something else can I'm gonna move on from Jamie now because there's not much more I can really say about her. Just that you should be very careful with how much you speak because it could come back to haunt you. And just in case there are some idiots out there who are saying that sounds like a threat, I'm not threatening anybody. Just giving some cautionary wisdom because sometimes even when you're arrested, they tell you there's a reason why you have the right to remain silent because as it says, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And Jamie, guess what? There's a good chance that's exactly what's going to happen to you. So just bear that in mind. Now, let me move on to another character that's kind of popped his head back into the scene the last couple of days here. Shane Holmberg. Now, normally I don't like to give a clown like this any attention because that's exactly what they want. Shane Holmberg ultimately, I think Nick proved it way back when he just schooled him in that debate. Shane's a clown, and really we shouldn't really waste our time talking about him. But he, as I said, the blissful ignorance of Kick Vic. He decides to chime in yesterday. Well, I'm not inviting Vic to any cons I do. Yeah, I also heard about that whole enthusiastic consent con, which I think is just laughable. It's like anybody's gonna. Hey, can I give you a hug? Sure. Oh boy. Shane, you're everybody's favorite shoe-eating goof. First off, how many people would even want to go to your con, especially with such restrictions? Not anybody I know would be attending, but except for maybe the Kick Vickers, of course. You can all hug yourselves in your own little hug boxes there. Yeah, so that's about the gist of it. Just a reminder to everybody that when you look at Jamie, you look at Shane, you look at some of the Kick Vickers who come out and say like stupid things. It's always wiser to be slow to speak and quick to hear. Be thoughtful and mindful of what you say and how you say things, because it can eventually come back to bite you. Now, if you want to check the links below, my Twitter handle will be down there. My Twitter handle will be down there. You can always contact me directly, or you can comment on the video, or comment on my tweets. I always look forward to the conversation. As you also may notice, I have a number of the dub companies that I'm helping to promote. Viz, Bang Zoom, Blue Water, Sentai Filmworks, NYUV Post, Media Blasters. Guys, check their works out. A lot of good stuff comes from these companies. Even Fantasy Shot and Phoenix Animation, which are newer companies that probably look forward to checking out. So just bear that in mind. Guys, remember, Funimation isn't the only game in town. There are I can tell you of at least 7 other big companies that would love your business, and you should check them out. Funimation may be the big dog right now, but you never know in 2 or 3 years. They may go out of business because of all the shenanigans. There are other companies you can invest your time and money and energy into, and they have voice actors and actresses who would love your appreciation. Wouldn't treat you like garbage. I'm also, of course, promoting the GoFundMe's. The GoFundMe, Vic's GoFundMe, and also that Umbrella guy's Indiegogo. As always, guys, never feel like you have to give. If you have the ability to, and it's on your heart to do so, please consider giving. If you've already given before, please consider giving again. And if you are unable to give, you can at least help by sharing the link. Help by sharing the link and help spreading the word. Maybe there's somebody in your network who may be able to help, who may decide that they want to help. Now, with all that said, if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I always look forward to the conversations with you guys, as long, of course, as it's as long as it's respectful. And until tomorrow, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.